In this video, I'm going to show you an overview of about some things you can do with a dock. The dock is the program bar that's at the bottom here of my screen. So the first thing I want to point out is that you can see when I hover over the icons, it will show you the name of the application. You'll see that some of the applications have this little dot underneath, while some do not. The ones that do have the dot means that application is open. So, for example, Safari is open right now, while Firefox is not, because it does not have that black dot. If I was to click and hold down on any of these items that are open, you can see I have another menu that pops up. In this case, it's showing me that I have two documents open. I could open recent Word documents. I have these options. One of the options is to keep in dock if I want something to stay there all the time. I can have it open at login, which means when my computer turns on or I log into this account, it's going to automatically open that application. And Show in Finder would show me where that application is. You can see I can also select to quit any open applications that have the dot just by clicking and holding. If I'm to click and hold on a application that's not open, like my calendar, I still get this options. So I could have it open at login, or I could take it off from the dock. Or obviously I could click once and open up the application itself. Now in terms of adding icons to my dock, I'm going to go click on my Go menu and go to my applications. This is my applications folder, and it shows you everything that's installed on my computer. Let's say I want VLC added. I could take it and drag it wherever I want it to be. So let's say I want it right here. Okay. At any point, I can take VLC off, drag it off, and it gets rid of it. You'll notice it does not uninstall it from my computer. It just gets rid of it from my bar at the bottom. So depending on what you're working on, you could add or delete things based off of what you're focusing on for tasks. So you could have just items here that you work on often. If you stop using something, like I haven't used iWeb for a while, I can pull it off. Okay. I have to admit, 90% of the time, if I'm looking for an application, I'll come up here and, like I did with QuickTime, I just do a little Spotlight search. I start typing in whatever the name is of the application I'm looking for. Okay. So I don't find, other than things I use all the time, I don't use my dock very often. Now you'll notice I have this line here. If I click on that line, you can see I can make my dock larger or smaller based off of your personal taste. On the other side of the line, between the trash can and it, I have these funky little icons. Anything on that side is actually a folder. So for example, let's say I take this temp folder and drag it here. It will now be on my dock. So I could quickly click on it and access it. I could pull it off to remove it. The folder still remains there. So I could go into any of these and pull up a subfolder. So let's say I want to add this folder. I could drag it and add it in. Now when you add a folder, there's a few things you can do in terms of customizing how the icon looks. So if I hold down my control key, which is my right key, and click on it, you notice right now it says a stack. It gives me like a little preview of what's in that folder. If I click on folder, it'll just give me an icon of that folder itself, which isn't very attractive, but you know, it shows me what it is. Now these happen to be folders that I put custom icons on. So let me show you what I did. Now first thing I did was I found a photo online. So in this case, let's say I have this icon of a sloth. So once I have it, I can select that image and copy it. If I wanted to be a little fancier, in this case in preview, I could use my elliptical selection if I just want to do around the face, but I'm just doing it quickly, so I went ahead and copied that. If I was to click on a folder, let's say this folder here, and go to File and Get Info, it'll give me a preview of this folder. It gives me lots of different information, which I won't talk about now, but lots of cool stuff you can get with GetInfo. One of the things I can do is I can click on the picture of the folder up here, and I can paste that image that I've copied. So now my folder is a picture of, in this case, the face of a sloth. Once I have it, if I drag it on, it's on my dock here. You notice that it's currently in my stack. Control click, I can change the display to a folder, and then I have a nice little sloth face to indicate whatever that folder is. Now for the dock itself, if I go to my system preferences, I do a little search, you can see here I have a system preference for dock. Some of the things that lets me do is to change the size, again, which is the same thing as grabbing that line there. My magnification, which gives me the effect like this, where it zooms up. I can also move where my dock is, which is sometimes handy, especially if you're working with certain applications where you need to get to the bottom of the screen. You can change it. Here you can see there's other effects that you can change and modify for your dock. So hopefully that quick tutorial gave you some useful tips about how to manage and use your dock.